last week I managed to break OpenCFP again, and today I want to look into that issue to see what actually happened. And the error happened when I went to see the list of top-rated docs, and as we see, we get an internal server error. I think, yeah, we should have logs. Yeah, so 901, it just happened. So it looks like an SQL error. And what is the actual? Here we go. Syntax error or access violation. Expression number on select list is not in group by clause and contains a non-aggregated count. OpenCFP, which is not functionally dependent on comp single by clause. This is incompatible with SQL mode only full group by SQL mode. So I'm guessing this is something that with the setup of my local MySQL version and group by. Let's first take a look at the query that is broken. Here it is. So real stack trace. But this is the route matched and controller invoked. So review controller, index action, mapper, this, get top rated by user ID. I mean, we are trying to get the top rated dog, so what else is there? Has access sentry, get user, I don't know what spot is. Spot mapper, it's probably ORM something, I don't know. This should be it. Is the, yeah, select the all sum rating, total rating count, review count from talk style, join talk meta, group by m talk ID having total rating count 0, order by. So yeah, this looks like the query that's broken. This is incompatible. Error related to only MySQL Stack Overflow 5.7. What version am I running? 5.7.17. SQL 92 and earlier does not permit queries for which the select list having condition or order by list refer to non-aggregated columns that are neither named in the group by clause nor are functionally dependent on group by columns. Oh, so a column which Oh, it's like PostgreSQL now then. Not only you need to name all the columns, list all the columns in the group by, which are in the select and are not an aggregate, in an aggregate function, I guess. So select name address max age from the group by name. Select list is not in group on an non-aggregated column. It's the actual error here. Contains non-aggregated column. Any value. That's any value. We'll get to that later. Disable only full group by. I don't want to disable anything. I want this query to work. Any value. Like that's it's a 5.7 function, which means I can't use it in this query because I don't know what's the required requirements. PHP 7 Plus, Apache, Composer, PHP International. No mention of MySQL. Okay, then create a database. No mention of version requirements for a database. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with this any value method for now. Okay. So basically the problem is that one of the columns is in the select list, but not in the group by. OpenCFP DID. Let's go back to the query. T is alias for docs. Docs. It's actually describe docs. ID, user ID, title, description, other type, level, category, slides, desires, sponsor, favorite, select, created that, updated that. Okay, select all from the docs column. M, what is M? Doc meta. Describe doc meta. ID, and user ID, doc ID, rating viewed, created. Fine. So I guess doc meta tracks who voted how for any given talk. I guess, yeah. Yeah, so it's joined. So we have all the columns from the talks table, sum of ratings, and the number of ratings. Sum of ratings, number of ratings. From talks, we'll have joined talk meta, group by talk ID from the meta table. And the total rating must be over 0. So it needs to have, talk needs to like it's the top rated talks. Okay, so a talk needs to have at least one positive review to show up. This sum. This, I want to see this talk. I don't want to see this talk. If I click this, and what if I click this? So this should go now into the, oh, I already have some data in there. This is talk ID 2, talk ID 2. Right. Talk meta. Whatever. This up, this down. Now select. Also, an upward gives it a +1, downward gives it a -1. And then we sum it. So basically, a talk needs to have more positive votes than negative votes to show up on the list of top rated talks. Makes sense, I guess. And then we also need count the number of, no, still an error. And then we count the total number of ratings. So what do we need to do here? Select list is not in group by. So the t.id column is in the select list, but not in the group by. Let's try adding it to, but it's the same. Because, so it apparently is missing t.id. And it works. So yeah, talk ID number 1 is not with ID 1. So this is talk the ID 2 and shows up because it has a more than 0. But the other one doesn't show up because it has a -1 review. Okay. So this actually fixes the query, which means it runs. But this feels weird because if we join talks.id and metatalk.talkmeta.talkid, it's the same value. So why would you need to have both of them in the group by clause? What if we do this, group it by that worked, I guess. Yes, it does. This is a weird query because it does a left join of talk meta and then groups by the talk ID from the meta table. Can we just have an inner join here, and then just group by talk ID from the actual talks table, which apparently works. Let's open up an issue first. Or is it reported? I don't think so. I haven't seen it. No, it's not reported. Let's report it. No, go back. RFC, SL, RFC. Incorrect. Bad. PDO exception for list of top rated docs. For the list of top rated. Wait, when did this group by change? So 575. Before does not detect functional dependency, is not enabled by default. See MySQL 5.6 reference manual. Too much text. Too long, did not read. So I'm guessing 575. Install MySQL 5.75 or newer. Or I guess enable only full group by. I should read this after all. Full group. Okay, then we need this. Or enable the only full group by SQL mode. SQL. Text editing is hard outside of Vim. Is that it? That's it. Go to the list of top rated docs. Use expected results. A list of top rated docs. Actual result is internal server error. Now we need stack trace. I don't know. Just go up here. Paste. Seems to look ugly. That's ugly, but Ah, it's there. Do I need to mention anything else? Preview. Yes. Ah, too long. That's it, I guess. Yeah, fine. 477 git count be fix issue dash 477. Okay, now as I said, this query looks weird because it joins the talk meta with the left join, and then groups by the talk ID from the meta table. So user ID. It's user ID. This is unused. Is that the error? No, it's not. Still going to remove that. Remove unused parameter, I guess. Okay. Top. So if we do an inner join here, this, and now it works. Again, with the same group by. What do we get? Actually, I need to type out this query. Let's see, select P star left join talk meta as M on TID M talk ID, right? Having order group, let's leave that out. Aha, I need to group by anyway, TID. What if I do an inner join here? Still group by TID. Okay. Explain rows 2. This is the left join. Explain. I said explain row 6, rows 2. Ooh, boy. Yeah, we shouldn't do a left join there. See, it ends up. So we care only about these 2 rows because they are the ones only with rating, any kind of review. And left join gives us all the rows, but the inner join gives us only those 2 rows because we do an inner join on the meta table, the talk meta table. So it definitely needs to be an inner join. And then we can leave the group by as is, right? It's still weird to group by the join column. Let's, in this case, it doesn't even matter. I should not start singing. It totally needs to be an inner join. Oh, tests. Vendor bin, PHPUnit. He's going to break up. Database. Testing. Open. Log app log. Log app log, log app log. Why do tests want to write to the log file? Like, that should not happen. My log files are my log files. Leave them alone. What's going on? Which test is this? Allow submissions on dog controller test. Dog controller test. This is going to look ugly. It's the battery. Sudo chmod 666. Yes, everyone has read right. Let's run the tests again. There's one error. Base table view not found. Table OpenCFP test users. What? Show tables. Reset password not finding user correctly displays a message. Oh God, I don't. That means, where was it? Review controller. That means this isn't even covered with tests, because if it were, it should break, or it's covered but doesn't cover the actual SQL. Does it have, do we have code coverage generated? Hello, tests. I don't think it generates code coverage. Things, nah, that's not it. PHPUnit. There's help. Test execution. There's coverage, HTML. Directory. Put it in the log. Come on. Okay, then it's now file var OpenCFP log index. Okay. What is this? Domain entity mapper. Domain entity mapper doc, and it's not covered with tests. Really? Get favorites by user ID. Get operated by user ID. Then okay, then let's write some tests for this entity mapper doc test. Oh, come on, equal size. No. Yeah, looks about the same. So which one is covered? Get favorites by user ID. What in the hell is this created formatted output? Talk favorites. Ew. No, I'm not going to look at that. So get favorites by user ID is covered. It tests. Get admin favorites returns correct list, and it has only one test. Factory to factory methods. Create a test doc. Why don't people mock these things? Hey, their house, their rules. So what I'm going to do is copy over this test. Get up returns correct list, I guess. Create a, let's add majority. Whatever, I'm just going to reuse the same. Completely the same, no options. List of separated docs. Oh, undefined offset 0. And separated collection just to have and top rated, rated. So what do you return or dump? Is this domain entity tests domain entity mapper doc? It got nothing back. Why? Oh, because I actually have to rate it first. I have to rate this doc, so it's not just enough to create a doc, we need to rate it as well. This bugs me. Create admin favorite docs. Factory methods. So hide function, rate docs, admin user ID. Rates docs. Rate docs. So how do we actually rate docs? Yeah. What happens in the background? What is getting called? Post rate, admin docs rate, admin docs 6 rate. So class is right. HTTP controller admin docs rate action rate action. Okay. Doc meta mapper where first rating. Can I just create favorite mapper? Away. Mapper doc meta. So this is how we this is service spot. Okay, so we need this. We need a user. Or the is it going to break now? Additional. Nope. Okay. So we created it. test user. Then we need the doc meta mapper spot mapper, which is O, which is this doc meta class. Right? Then we get this. Then we get this. Then we get this. Rating. I just hard code it to 1. Doc meta. Mapper. Okay. Yeah, I need to. Right. And define variable doc ID. Doc ID. Hey, it passes. Excellent. It passes. Let's create coverage. So what we did here is we create a talk, then we rate that talk. So this query catches it, catches it, and then we get the list of talks, list of top rated talks, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so again, the same error from earlier, unrelated error. Get not rated, get talks. Come on. Get top rated by user ID. And now we have increased code coverage. Excellent. Okay. So what we need to add is the test file to this commit. And is that all? What's currently staged? Okay, only that one. But even this is a bad test. I mean, generally, all of these are bad tests because even if because it's going to, the test is going to pass even if I change this to left. The test is going to pass. And it's passing because it's passing because it uses an internal SQLite in-memory database for testing instead of actual MySQL. I'm just going to mention that in the commit message, that it doesn't actually test the validity, the correctness of the SQL statement itself, because it's not using MySQL. It's using in-memory SQLite. Damn it. Fix query for getting top-rated docs. Instead of using the left join, use an inner join to join the docs and the doc metatables. This has double benefits. The query is more performant as MySQL scans less rows. The query does not break on MySQL 57575 or higher due to what it's called, SQL, due to only full group by SQL mode. Sadly, the test I add for the get top rated by user ID does not actually test for this query error, because the test is currently set up to use in-memory SQLite, use an in-memory SQLite database, which does not have the so the reason why the query breaks is because we have more, like, there are talks without ratings. So if we add in that test another, if we add another talk and set no ratings on it, then the query with the left join should break. Or I can just leave, I can just tell it not to rate the talk. And if it's an inner join, it will return, domain mapper, no, entity mapper dog it will return nothing, because what if I set a left join? It should. No. Damn it. We'll find the index ID. This assert empty top rated collection. Nope, doesn't help. Still, the problem is the SQLite. Never mind, this is going to set up to use an MySQL database. Okay, and yeah, I'm going to change this because this bugs me. Test is here. So I changed the column by which we group, because it just feels for me to group by the column which comes from the join table instead of regrouping the by grouping on the column that comes from the root table. I don't know. I still get the same. Yeah. Wait, what? If I undo this, yeah. So I still get the same results. Does it add? So let's commit that. Group by a column from the first table. I think that's it. Come on, how many times am I going to break this app? Like, seriously? Again? Oh boy. Like, what? How? How? Like, guess what I'm doing tomorrow? Fix issue 477. I mean, you have to click around. That's all you have to do. Click around. There are even tests. I again forgot what I usually put in these pull requests. Just change from a left join to an inner join. This is 477. Sweet. So create pull requests. And yeah, while we wait for Travis to pass or not. Let's see what this error is now about. Export CSV, call to member function format on null. Exports controller, line 78. Yay, fun. 78. Dogstock created that infograph. Okay, so use OpenCFP. This might be my bad, which is select. I have some rubbish docs. Yeah, I have that thingy. Delete from docs where ID greater than 2. Greater than 2. Yeah, now it works. It was my bad. Bad data in the database. So what's the status? Oh, it passed. So that's it. Another issue fixed.